Hello everyone, thanks for joining me today. I'm Jackie and I create mosaics with sea glass. And today I'm going to talk to you about creating spirals. So I'm going to talk to you today about two pieces. There's this one. This is one of the first pieces I ever created. And I call this one Earth, Water, Sky, with the brown representing the earth, the green representing the water, and the white representing the sky. And I do this spirally thing. I think that the sea glass really lends itself to doing this type of a design because you've got the three main colors of sea glass, and the blue just adds a fair amount of accent. You can probably tell this is one of my earlier pieces because I've included quite a bit of blue. Since then I've realized if I put too much blue in a piece I'm going to run out of blue because I don't have a whole lot of blue, whereas I have lots of brown and green and white. And then the other spiral piece that I wanted to show you is this piece, and this is a larger piece. It's on an antique church window, and it's a similar idea in the fact that you've got blue, white, and green, or sorry, brown, white, and green, but it's at a bit different of an angle, so it doesn't spiral quite as tightly. So I'll give you some more details on these pieces. So I made Earth, Water, Sky on a frame that was made by my father. It measures 16 by 19 inches. And the pattern I used is a very simple line drawing. I used a small plate to make the circle, and then just from the center drew out the lines. And I wrote on which color I wanted to use in each section. This is a beautiful red piece that I used for the center of a flower in there, and here's another kind of funky flower with different pieces that were nice shapes. And then here's a blue flower with a really neat rock in the middle. And then you'll notice some details where I used some different pieces to make flowing type lines. And here's a fish. You have to look kind of closely to see this one because the pieces are fairly pale. And here's another flower with a beautiful blue piece for the center of the flower. So overall, I think the effect in this piece is very nice. And if you look closely, you'll see all those details that I pointed out. And in the right-hand bottom corner, you'll see a tiny little inukshuk, which I put in every one of my pieces. So I made Trinity on an old church window that I got that came out of a church in our community. It was 146 years old. Just a note about making a pattern when you have a window with grills in it. You have to draw your overall pattern, and then you retrace each section for each of the panes and tape those sections on individually behind each pane of glass. And then you'll see in the overall picture, it's just the sections of glass that have the sea glass on it, but then it all flows together as one pattern. So I ended up with this nice spiral of brown, green, and white sea glass. And you'll see a few details, like putting a little extra shell in there. It's kind of neat. Or an extra piece of pottery sitting on top of some other pieces of sea glass. That's actually an angel in behind there. And you'll see some nice flowers in there if you look closely. And in the very center, I have a rare red piece. Don't find too many of those. So overall, this piece gives a fairly neat effect. And if you look close, you'll see quite a few other little details. Thanks everyone for joining me today and listening to me talk about using a spiral design in creating sea glass mosaics.